or he's the head of the Taiwan's representative office in Guam. So I'd like to welcome you. Uh,
Thank you.
so he's gonna give us a brief rundown, and we'll have some questions after. And after that, he can leave, and we'll do some Rotary business. So, Mr. Chen, if you're ready, the floor is yours, and we will be recording this.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Chen. I'm the Director General of Taipei Economic Cultural Office in Los Angeles. This is my colleague, my deputy, Stephen. We are very happy to be here. I know there's several journalists also on the line. So I want to say hi to everyone. I'm sorry because I don't know why we never met yet before, but I'm sure after the pandemic is over, we will have a chance to meet each other. And I would like to invite you guys to my office. Today, I don't say it's a speech. I say it's just a talk. I want to basically introduce the background of Taiwan first. That's the first part. And second is I want to talk about, very briefly talk about the relationship between Taiwan and the United States. And then the third part would be the current situation between Taiwan and Guam. And the last part would be what can we do, Taiwan or Guam in the early future. So let's begin with the brief introduction of Taiwan and my office. So I don't know if you ever been to Taiwan. So Taiwan actually is a very unique case in international community. So let me go through the history a little bit. In 1661, before that, Taiwan is occupied by the indigenous tribes. Actually, they share the same cultural background with Chamorro too. Here, it's the same. Some people say that actually the Chamorro culture originally from Taiwan. Well, some people claim that. We don't know. But however, it's the same kind of a language root. But 1661, Chinese Ming Dynasty came from China, mainland China, to expel the European colonizers on the island, including Dutch, Spanish, and then occupy Taiwan. About 50 years, then Chinese Qing dynasty came to Taiwan, and then considered Taiwan is a part of the so-called China. But 1895, or the history everyone knows, Japan rise. So Japan had a war with against China and then took over Taiwan. So Taiwan was under Japan's colonization since 1895 to 1945. It's a history just like Guam. It's about the same too. But after World War II, United States dropped a bomb in Tokyo, in Japan. Japan surrendered. So then returned Taiwan to United Nations. And then USA decided to give the Taiwan to back to China. But unfortunately, just 4 years, there's a big change happened in mainland China. 1949, the Chinese communists occupy the whole China. And therefore, the Chinese government, we call KMT, Kuomintang, moved from mainland China to Taiwan. That's made Taiwan represent the Republic of China. That's become two China issues. So between 1949 to 1979, United States recognized Republic of China on Taiwan represent the whole China. But after 1979, United States switched recognition to PRC, People's Republic of China. So, and that's a one China policy coming out. So after that, Taiwan become a very difficult situation. Is Taiwan lost most country in the world recognitions. Taiwan become a very political entity, but without diplomatic recognition since 1979. But in the same year, the U.S. Congress passed a law called Taiwan Relation Act (TRA), which grants Taiwan political status. Taiwan is a political entity to United States, and by the law, Taiwan and USA maintain an official relations. We still have diplomats on both sides. We have some cooperations, but all those cooperation has not against one China policy, which is a very vague concept. In 2013, before that, Taiwan and China, USA have a lot of treaties to strengthen the relationship. But 2013, that's the first time that United States signed a treaty to agree that both sides diplomats had this privilege, exemption, and immunities, just like every other countries in both countries. So therefore, my office actually is a de facto consulate general from Taiwan. I have the same privilege, exemption, and immunity like other countries' diplomats. My colleague too. The only difference is we are not supposed to fly our national flag publicly. So here, this is the Taiwan's flag, but it's inside the house. So it's a kind of political weird situation. Taiwan set up the office in Guam around 1990s, but 3 years ago, because the budget cut, we closed down the office. But 3 years later, the Trump administration have the Indo-Pacific campaign, and which Taiwan agree with that idea too. And actually, we look at Guam's location. It's a very important in this region. So we decided to come back to resume our duties in this region. Now, this is a basic background about my office. Now, next I want to talk about Taiwan, because probably very few of you been to Taiwan. So, because this is not in the open lecture, so otherwise I can ask, who been to Taiwan? Please raise your hand. But I can, you? That's good. Hope you like it. Hope Taiwanese treat you well. Okay. So Taiwan right now, currently we have 24 million populations. 24 million populations. Taiwan is 21st largest economy in the world. There's many Taiwanese business brands you probably know. Taiwan #1 high-end bicycle, Giant bicycle. Taiwan is #1. Also, Taiwan is #3 in the world in semiconductor field. There's a big company called Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, TSMS company. It's the biggest in the world too. The other thing is, I'm sure a lot of you use Apple iPhone product. You use, right. All the iPhones actually is made by a Taiwanese company called Foxconn. Foxconn is a company hired 2 million laborers all over the world, and the headquarters is in Taiwan. So Taiwan is good at it's a #1 electronic countries to produce electronic products. But also we are very progressive and adaptive in many new ideas. For example, Taiwan is the first Asian country to adopt same-gender marriage. So it's legalized in Taiwan. And actually, Taiwan is also the first Asian country to no kill. The animal in shelter, we don't kill them, we keep them alive. Taiwan had a lot of experimental bills. Probably it's kind of weird to United States, but we try to be more focused into the futures. To give you one other example is right now everyone is suffering from the COVID-19 pandemics. You know, lockdown here, lockdown there. But just give you a rough idea is Taiwan actually maybe is the first country to find out COVID-19 early January this year. We found out that, and we sent a message to World Health Organization. We told them that that's a weird virus from Wuhan, China, and we want to have your attention. But World Health Organizations reject our email because Taiwan is not the member of WHO. Taiwan, there's only one China. But then what Taiwan do is we close the border to China right away. And that's why we avoid the first wave of pandemic. So far, right now, Taiwan, 24 million population. We only have 500 infected cases, 500, 7 days. Compared with the population, life probability is the #1 in the world. Now, so we want to talk about the Taiwan and U.S. relationship. Okay, now we know that United States maintain an official relationship with Taiwan, but at the meantime, it also regulated by the treaty, by the law, especially the TRA is a domestic law in the United States. So Taiwan's position and the right is protected by the law. So we could say that Taiwan is a country, but it's not a country to United States. So it's hard to describe what is Taiwan to United States. So that's why this such ambiguity is good. It's like a two sides of one coin. It's good or it's bad. It's hard to say. But however you look, whatever you look at Taiwan, Taiwan is a very important partner to United States, especially Indo-Pacific campaign. And also in the economic side, Taiwan is the #6 biggest trading partner to the United States. Without Taiwan in the world, that means all the chips in the world, the price is going to jump 40% overnight. A few years ago, that's an earthquake in Taiwan happened. And overnight, the stock market in Wall Street cracked down right away because semiconductor. And actually, USA Congress has passed a law that prohibits the high-tech semiconductor technology to export to China. And therefore, Taiwan had to set up a new factory in Phoenix, Arizona. I think it's in Phoenix, but it's in Arizona. It's a high-end semiconductor factory, which is a $10 billion investment. You cannot go to China and stay in the United States. That's the Trump administration policy. So we could say that, conclude that Taiwan and USA it definitely is a partnership relationship. It's not competitor. And you even can say that Taiwan actually is in the front line in West Pacific to guard in interest of the United States. Now, then we're going to look at the Taiwan and Guam's relationship. So basically, everyone knows, Taiwan, but what is the Taiwan to Guam? Now we could say several things. First, there's probably 3,000 Taiwanese on Guam, but someone says about 1,000. And then you probably ask, what is 2,000 difference? Why? Because flight from Taiwan to Guam is only 4 hours. A lot of Taiwanese actually, they probably live in Taiwan, come back to Guam on weekend. So permanent residents on Guam is probably close to 1,000. Because of pandemic, a lot of Taiwanese moved back to Taiwan. My office duty is to protect the residents of Taiwan, Taiwan's residents on Guam. We hope they stay here safer and peacefully. But unfortunately, the pandemic, they left. The other thing is annually, there probably over 30,000 Taiwanese tourists to Guam every year, which is the #3 biggest foreign tourist country. #1 is Japan, #2 is Korea, #3 is Taiwan. So Taiwan actually contribute a lot to the tourism business here. And also we can see that there are also Taiwanese investors. Everyone knows that's Asian cement company here. So that's two cement factories. One is owned by Taiwanese. The other thing is about Libao Construction Company. You go to Tumon Bay and you see those empty lots. They're owned by Libao Construction Company. They own the lands. So it's one of the biggest owner of Tumon Bay. You also know the first commercial bank. There's several banks in here in Guam. First commercial banks from Taiwan. Insurance company. We have a mega bank insurance company. We also from Taiwan. And also the power plant, Tai Power, who run the power plant here, is also from Taiwan. And hotel owner too. Wholesale. The other thing, everyone like to drink the Mr. Brown coffee. That's owned by a Taiwanese company called King Car. Of course, most important is the airline company carry the passenger to Guam is China Airline Company. China Airline is from Taiwan, not from mainland China. The reason we call it China Airline because China Airlines is, we used to Taiwan think we represent China, so we call it China Airline. But there is another airline company called Air China. That's from China. China Airlines from Taiwan. Okay, don't confuse. But now, and you can see that most of the Taiwan and Guam's relationship actually is based on tourism, which makes sense too. Most of the GDP of Guam actually is from tourism, but that's a weakness. Tourism is very easily affected by weather, by natural disaster, or by pandemic. That's why we talk with the local the governor's office. We talk with the GIDA. We talk with GVB. We think that should be diversify Taiwanese investors to here, not just the tourism. We should go to the other field. First, what we can do is, it used to be the airline company is only passenger. But actually, there is not enough passenger to support the airline company's flight to Guam. Because Guam, every year is about 1.5 million tourists. 170,000 people live on Guam. So we have to expand the business of airline companies, so they will come. So the possible way we talk with GVB is passenger, cargo. It means airline on top is passenger, on the bottom is cargo. In other words, we can bring more products from Taiwan to Guam, from Guam to Taiwan. So that's the first thing we are working on. Second is tourism. Once we have that more airplane from Taiwan to Guam, and the flight tickets will go and drop. When they drop, that means will be more passengers from Taiwan, tourists from Taiwan to Guam. Because right now, most expensive, when you travel to Guam, most expensive thing is the flight tickets. It's not the hotel. So we can cut the price of flight tickets and more passengers will come. And how are we going to do with the cargo? What do you want to do with the cargo? There's several things Guam can have from Taiwan. We've been talking about fresh vegetable. Remember, the salad we have here actually is imported from California. From California to here is 18 hours. There's no direct flight from Los Angeles to here. Had to stop over from Hawaii and come here. That's about 18 to 19 hours. But it's from Taiwan, it's 4 hours. So we are talking about should we do how to do the business, import the fresh vegetable, and we had to talk about the warehouse here, the temperature control warehouse, and we want to talk about distributors, how to have the people can have cheaper vegetable and fruits too. You've been to Taiwan, you know the fruits is so good in Taiwan. So we want to introduce that too. And in the meantime, we want to have just like the government says you want to promote aquaculture, and agriculture. Actually, Taiwan is pretty advanced in these two fields. So we are trying to find the proper university or institute to have a exchange program with the University of Guam or the businessman here. Or we can find an investor. Like before I come here, I do talk to several possible investors. They want to invest in aquaculture to raise a fish or shrimp in Guam, because that is all possible we can do. And besides those business, the other thing is we can have sister cities, because in Taiwan, the city is most cities, the major metropolitan cities, is around 3 million population a city. It's very big. So consider the scale economic power. I encourage Guam to have a more sister relationship with Taiwan's major cities, because those cities will be put their attention and efforts and resources to expand the relationship with Guam. They have more thinking about how to do it. Now we locate several cities. We have Taoyuan, which is in the north of Taiwan. Oh, by the way, in 1973, Guam has a relationship, sister city with Taipei City, which is the capital city of Taipei. So we are looking for the second one is Taoyuan, and the third one is Taichung. We are looking at several cities. I talked to governor, and I think that's possible because different city has different characters. So we can bring those the good things from those cities to Guam, and also Guam can learn from them too, and we can learn from each other. Academic exchange too. We are trying to locate several schools to have exchange program with University of Guam. Right now we have Chang'an University, which owns one of the biggest hospital in Taiwan. So we are thinking about medical and nursing departments and agriculture too. And also we are talking about, this is a good idea, is student exchange program. Every year there's a lot of kids from Korea and Japan come to Guam to learn English, especially high school kids. So through the sister city program, we can have those cities send their high school kids to Guam in summer to learn English. And those kids from Taiwan, they don't have to go to mainland United States. This is 12 hours, they could be in Guam. It's easy and it's affordable too. The other thing is how to make the passengers visit Guam easier is we are talking about the pre-check-in system, which is we are talking to the have the U.S. border office set up the front line in Taipei, in Taiwan, the airport. So when they check in the airport in Taiwan, actually it's in U.S. territory. So when they fly to Guam, they don't need to go through customs again. They can easily just walk out. So make it more smooth and easier for the tourists to come. Actually, Taiwanese don't need the passport to don't need a visa to come to Guam. So it's pretty easy. We try to make it more easy. And that's the last idea is pretty good idea is I didn't share with Gida yet. I'm sure with our Rotary Club member first is free trade zone. Free trade zone idea is a lot of Guam officers talking about pharmaceutical business. So if Taiwan can sell the factory in Guam, and then export from Guam to the regional countries or back to the mainland United States. But I try to modify that idea is it had to be more like a free trade zone, which is it would be better in the airport. So Taiwan can send the material to Guam. Now Guam just need to assemble it, put it together, and then we can export from Guam to United States or the region countries, which is easier. Then there's many possibilities we can do, especially electronics. Because most electronic products is not by shipment, it's by air cargo. Therefore, it makes sense. More tourists on airplane, more electronic parts in a cargo level. When they come to Guam, tourists go to the beach, and those electronic parts go to the free trade zone to assemble and then export to the many United States. Okay, now this is also a rough idea, it's a raw idea. We still need to talk more possibility with the government agency here, and also that I think the Guam government also want to hear Rotary Club's opinion about how this make it possible. But I think that as a representative from Taiwan, what I can do is offer more creative thinking, think outside the box, new idea to the our Guam government, see if we can work it together to strengthen the relationship between Taiwan and Guam, which is benefit Guam, not just benefit Taiwan, but also benefit Guam. Thank you. That's about it. And oh, by the way, my colleague just remind me. We also want to have the sisters airports. We talked to the Guam airport to have a sister airport relationship with the airport in Taiwan. Why we want to do that? Because once we have that relationship built, the airport in Taiwan will have a free advertisement for Guam in the airport. And they can have an event together every year to promote Guam in Taiwan. And also promote Taiwan to Guam in airport too. So that's a lot of idea we are working on right now. Thank you.